What if I could give you a tool that would help you to learn more information much faster than you normally do? Instead of taking this much time, you could compress it and learn it in this much time. And what if as you learned that, you retained it even longer? Better retention, you learned it in less time. Oh, and by the way, a third thing, what if it were free? So you get this thing at no extra charge. Well, hey, I'm Terry Brock, and I work with people around the world, different organizations, as a professional speaker, doing keynote addresses and doing a lot of marketing and communications coaching, showing people what to do. So I'm looking for tools like this all the time, and I've got one I want to share with you today. Again, it's going to help you to learn this much information in this much time, and you determine, by the way, how much time that will be. And the retention we have found is much better because of the way that it's processed. And also, it's a free little tool. It's a tool that gives you the ability to watch video faster. And that's important because in today's world, we're gaining much more information now through video. There's a lot of educational material. I mean, it's wonderful, I think, going to YouTube and other places where you can get really good quality educational material. Information that lets me get a competitive advantage, helps me to learn about this topic or that topic. And again, instead of doing it in this much time, I want to do it in this much time. Well, you know that you probably do. There's a little gear in the lower right corner when you're watching a YouTube video that gives you the ability to adjust the speed. It's usually at a speed of 1, 1.25, 1.5, 1.75, or 2x. So that's about roughly twice the speed, 100. So you do have that built into YouTube in most cases. We see that. And you can use that in many other video platforms as well. But I've got one that works on video from Vimeo, as well as YouTube, as well as others. And I can adjust it. I can go in different increments than what they give on YouTube and do it a lot more. Well, the tool that I've been talking about here is one that's called Video Speed Controller. Video Speed Controller is a tool that gives you a whole lot of information, gives you a lot of capabilities, and it's built into the Google Chrome browser. It's a free Google extension. And as we take a look at it here, I want to look at this. Here's the tool that they actually have. They give you and show you this. It said the science of accelerated playback. And they're saying here that the average adult reads prose text at 250 to 300 words per minute. By contrast, the average rate of speech for English speakers is 150 words per minute, with slide presentations often closer to 100 words per minute. Now that's important because you see what happens as a result when given the choice, many viewers speed up the video to 1.3 to 1.5 approximately there as recorded rate to compensate for the difference. Because often I've said in my classes as I speak, just hypothetically, assume you're in a course with me. I've been a professional speaker now for 30 plus years, getting a chance to get out there and talk to people and to see how do adults learn. For instance, suppose you're in a classroom, either live or we're virtual or in person, and I'm talking to you like this and covering a lot of ground very slowly, and we're going to talk for 2, 3, maybe 4 hours, and I'm going like this, just droning on. Okay, I got to stop that. You get the idea. What's happening to your mind then? Your mind is kind of going, oh my goodness, what is it? What's happening here? Let me check my phone. Let me do this. And when you do that, you're not paying attention to the content. The content gets lost. But contrast that to, work with me again on this, I'm now talking to you at a much faster pace. You'll notice that it's not so fast that you can't understand it, but you do have to kind of mentally lean forward. You've got to be there and you're paying attention to my every word, and that activates the brain. And so that cognitively, you are engaging more with that material because it is coming at you faster. It's kind of like speed reading, but for video. And this can be used for video or audio that would be on a video channel. And it's really nice. Well, here's the illustration they have on Video Speed Controller. Some of the key points that they put in here that as the adults read at those rates, we see that they compensate for the difference. And many viewers report that accelerated viewing keeps their attention longer. Faster delivery keeps the viewer more engaged with the content. In fact, with a little training, many end up watching videos at 2x plus the recorded speed. I find that happens often. I find it depends on the topic here. Some studies report that after being exposed to accelerated playback, listeners become uncomfortable if they are forced to return to normal rate of presentation. Now, here's the key. It's got to be done in HTML5. That's the key. But if you use that, you're going to be able to see it and it will be working very well. And you use these controls right here. ZSD XV. And you might think, well, what does that do? Well, let's take a look at what's available here. Here we are at the video speed controllers chart. And you'll see right here as we look at it, we look at the speeds that are available. You can increase this in several different ways. You can show or hide the controller by just pressing the letter V, as in view. You can decrease the speed with the letter S, and it's going at 0.1 here. Means it's decreasing it by a tenth of speed. Or you can increase it by 0.1. That's a tenth. You're going there. You can also rewind. This is very nice on a video. If you're watching that video and you go, hey, what'd they say? I didn't catch that real well. You can stop. You can go back and rewind it. Or you can go, I've heard this before. I want to get to the really good stuff. Jump forward, pressing the letter X to advance. And then you say, okay, hold it. Just send it back to the regular speed of 1.0. You type the letter R to reset. And your preferred speed, you can change that to say, I really want 1.8 or 1.5 or 2.5 or whatever it is for you, is what you would be able to get. Well, this is an incredible tool that gives you the ability to do a lot. All right, now let's take a look at this in the real world. We're over here on my website right now, and what we're going to do is we're going to play something from my recent podcast that I had, a video podcast, where we looked at
Welcome to the Achieve It podcast, hosted by marketing coach, journalist, technologist, and Speaker Hall of Fame member Terry Brock. Get ready to discover new and interesting ways to reach and connect with customers as Terry and his guests dive into the world of technology, marketing, relationship building, productivity, and other ideas.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there. You get the idea. It's nice to hear you getting Terry on top of Terry on this. Isn't that interesting? You get that. But what we want to do is I want to let you hear. That's the introduction. You hear it at the regular speed. Let's turn it up, and we're going to see what it sounds like. We're going to be able to hear that. You're going to be able to see it on the screen and be able to work with it in practical application to say, okay, let's see what happens when we do that. I'm going to click on the play button here.
That will help you
and now
achieve
tapping
your
the letter
entrepreneurial
D.
dreams. And now, here's your host, a fun and smart guy with a really good haircut, Terry Brock.
In today's world, we hear a lot about people saying, it's not human enough anymore on this digital media. We're seeing Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. There's a lot of good in there, I think, but there's also the error of people trying to do too much electronically. I think it's wonderful that we can have a way to reach out to people as human beings. And okay, you get the idea. It's much faster there, but you notice what's happening. You're able to listen to that and be able to retain it much faster because you have to pay more attention to it. This is not something you want to do when you're multitasking. This is something I've tried that. I've tried that before. I'm trying to speed that up a little bit and then try to get everything else done. No, it isn't. So here's what you want to do. This is a great little tool that you're going to be able to use for a lot of different applications. Use it, adjust your speed accordingly. If you're doing a foreign language, like I mentioned, you want to make sure you probably slow it down, trying to learn a foreign language. Sometimes it's really technical material or you want to pay attention to it. Songs that you listen to, probably at 1.0. Seldom would I want to listen much faster, but you have that option. I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think about that. Drop a note below, and if I can help you out, let me know. Also, hey, if we can help you out with our 20withterry.com application, that would help a lot. It's a free program. You go over to 20withterry.com, fill out the application, and I give 20 minutes of free advice. Free advice, coaching, helping you on issues that you're dealing with related to marketing, technology, video, if I can do it. If you need something that's not for me, then what I could do is, as we'd see in your application, we could direct it to another area or maybe someone else that I know that might be able to help you out. But go over to 20withterry.com. All is one word, no spaces, and we'll see you there. So, hey, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoy Video Speed Controller, and thanks to Warwick Mary, my buddy, my mate over there in Melbourne, Australia, who gave it to me. Cheers, mate. Good day, and I really appreciate you introducing me to that, Warwick. And for those of you watching this, hey, thanks for being with me. I'm Terry Brock, and I'll look forward to seeing you a little later on down the road.